Hi everyone, I'll show how we can create a simple agent using Langgraph and Gemini API. I'm going to use a simple tool, say addition, for the LLM to use. And what I'm going to ask is, okay, can you give me 5 plus 6? So generally, if you ask ChatGPT or Gemini, what is 5 plus 6? It will take and it will go through its model and it will return some statistical reply which may not be accurate. But if we provide a particular tool to the agent and then ask it the same question, it will run the tool when it will run the exact function for addition and it will always return the correct reply and it will not be statistical. Okay, so let's just get started. So I have some prerequisites required, like we need a Google API key for Gemini. So for that, you can go to aistudio.google.com and then from there, create your own environment key and get it here. Okay, I have gone ahead and added it in my .env file. Now I have also installed VS Code. If you don't have VS Code, please install it. Then we'll open a new terminal using this. And we will verify if our Python is installed correctly. So as you can see, Python version is 3.13 installed in my system. Let's just create a Python virtual environment to manage our packages. This generally takes a minute to get it. Once once the virtual environment is created, we can install our Langgraph and Google Gemini packages here. So it's installed or package, or sorry, virtual environment is created. Now let's create or activate it basically. So this is the command. We have activated our virtual environment. Let's just install it. And so I am installing Langgraph package and LangChain package, Google Gen AI. And I am also installing .env package for managing my environment file. This will take a minute, so I'll start after it has installed. Okay, now my packages are all installed. Let's just go and start coding. So I am just going to create a basic agent.py file. That would be our first file or the first simple agent that I'm going to create. Let's just import our .env package. So .env is the one that I'm going to use for loading my environment file or the API keys that I have defined here for. And you can have multiple properties that you can control or environment properties that you want to control, but I for now have only Google API key. Now let's create our first tool that we had discussed earlier or that I have been telling you. So I am going to have langchain.co.tools import tool. So it should be from, yeah. And to define a tool, it's very simple. Just give @tool and just define a simple function that we have been always doing. In B, so it's fairly simple. It should also produce an int. And okay, add two numbers to it. Okay, so generally we need a tool description that we should define. If you come here, it will show a description is required, return is required, all those details. If you want, you can define for a proper function or for a complex function, but for a simple function, the docstring is enough. We can add few more details, such as which will return some. Okay. This completes my tool creation. Now I need to create the LLM agent that I am going to use. So, and that would be my brain of the system. So I'll just go ahead and from LangChain, Gemini, GenAI, import chat, Google GenAI chat. So this is my LLM that I want to use for the system. If you are using Chat GPT, it will be a different LLM. So we'll have to define that particular LLM, and you have to check like how you can use that particular model. Okay. So I'll define the model that is available for free now, which is 2.5 Flash. I guess this will change by the time, like in some months. So if you're using later, it might have changed. So please see which model is available from Google for use for free. And if you have a corresponding model which you have already paid or subscribed, you can use that particular model. Okay, so now I have my tool defined and I have my LLM defined. Now let's see how we can call the tools, right? So this is a simple list where I have added the add tool here. If I had multiple tools, say multiply or divide or subtract, I could have added those as well here. Okay, now let's create the agent that would be needed. So for this, I would need a create React agent, which as you can see, I have not actually defined. So that's why I imported. So that's why it's not showing. So let's just import it really quickly from. Okay. So it's showing like this because it has been deprecated, but we are using it for now. For the later versions of Langgraph, it may not be available. Okay, so I'll just add the LLM that I have created and the tool that we have created. Right, so I am passing the LLM and the tools. It will create our basic agent, which will like either do a tool, either return the response from the chat or whatever response it has already. LLM can respond already, or if he asks to add two numbers, it will do the tool call. Okay, now we'll go to next one, which is the input. Okay, for input, we'll have to pass the message that is going to look like something like this. And I am going to use something called human message. Okay, so what is human message? So human message is something that we have to import from LangChain again. So from LangChain dot messages package, import human message. We can also have system message if I want. Okay, inside human message, we need to pass something called content, which is basically telling what should be inside the content. So let's say I just want what is 34 plus 5. 34 plus 5 is basically 39. I just want to see if it will always return the correct response or not using our tool. Now I'll do something called agent.invoke input, and let's just have some response object and print it. Okay, so let's just see if this works or not. So I can go to my terminal again and run the command python agent. Okay, so if it loads everything correctly and environment file gets loaded properly and I'm able to connect to my Gemini, it will take some time to do compilation and it will give us the result. So let's just see if it works fine or not. Okay, so we have some error. The error it says is Gemini API key parameter or set Gemini API key, which is not correct. So it is basically not able to find the Gemini API key here, right? And that's because I have not included this. Okay, let's just try and run it again. So as you can see, if I have not set it correctly, it will not run. It will say error, right? Now this is resolved, this problem is resolved, and now it's saying contents are required. Basically it's saying like the content I have mentioned is wrong, which is basically this fight, right? So what is wrong here? We'll just see. So messages, okay, so this should be messages instead of message. Let's just see it try. Okay, so it's trying and it has returned some details, right? You can see the full response from the LLM here. But if you see here, it says a message sum is 39, right? And it has done a tool call here. So as you can see from the complete message, we can see LLM is getting invoked, then our tool is invoked, and from the tool it is running this and returning dash 5. If you want to see the actual output and not the full output, what we can do is try to access only the messages. Then we can access last part and try to see the content and just change like from 34 to 15, maybe something just to see. Okay, so now we can see 34 plus 15 is 49. Let's say I want to change this number 45, 45 plus 15. Let's see what it does. Okay, 60. So this is working fine. Now let's say I want to add another tool in my chatbot, and let's say multiply numbers are multiplied and product is returned. Okay, so as you can see, I have updated it and I don't want anything. Sorry about that. The chat prompts causes this problem. Okay, so I have a product here and let's just ask what is 45 into 15. It's a fairly big number. I don't know. So it's calling, and you can see I can only add numbers, not multiply them. And this is because I haven't added the multiply tool in my tools box, right? Now I have added it. Let's just try again. Yeah, see, so it is able to answer it correctly, I guess. So just see a simple one. It should return 90 if it's working. And it's 90. So as you can see from here, we have added tools, addition tool and a multiplication tool. Use the Gemini agent to answer our question. It is a fairly simple agent which will like just do simple addition and multiplication, but it shows us we can use Gen AI to like decide based on our input to like either do a multiplication or addition. We could also have it search the internet for us and many more things that we can ask it to do just by using these tools, right? So maybe in next time we'll show how we can do those one of those things and like try to implement the full functionality. Uh, Thanks for watching.